Hi guys, welcome to Pydjango Tutorials. So from this video lecture we are going to start a new series on Django REST framework. So on further videos we will learn how we can create APIs through Django. Now as for this video, this is an introductory video, so we will try to understand the basics of the API and how API works. So this is a language independent video, so even if you are trying to build an API or just want to understand what API is and how it works, so this is the video for you. So as you know, API stands for application programming interface. That is, it works as a interface that works as a bridge between a backend and the front end in simple and basic terms. So here is a bookish or definition from the internet, that is what is an API. In computer programming, an application programming interface is a set of routines, protocols and tools for building software application. An API expresses a software component in terms of its operation, inputs, outputs and underlying types. Now this is a bookish definition and we can't understand what it actually does or how API works. So if you want to understand the API in simple and real world scenarios, suppose you are sitting on a restaurant and you want to pass on some cooking instructions or some food related instructions to the kitchen or to the chef. How will you do that? So one way is you directly go to the kitchen and tell the instructions yourself, but in generally restaurants you're not allowed to do so. So how can you pass the instructions? So to pass the instruction you have to tell those instructions to the waiter, and that waiter will pass on this instruction to the chef whoever is cooking your food. So in this scenario, this waiter is the API. If you consider it in real world scenarios, this waiter works as a API. Now if you want to understand API in technical terms and see real world examples, then there are maybe thousands of airlines present in the world, and you can get the price, time and aircraft related information just at one place, maybe in Skyscanner or maybe in Google. So how is that possible? So this is possible through API. These companies like Skyscanner or Google, they access API of the airlines, and that's how they get these information and they show you. You have probably you have all used news app in your mobile or in your desktop. How these news app get the news from every news agencies in the world? This is possible through APIs. So these are some real world scenarios. For example, nowadays people are using crypto exchange app. How these crypto exchange app shows the real time data of the cryptocurrencies. This is possible through API, web APIs. Now we will understand the basic types of API in terms of release policies. By release policies I mean how these APIs are accessed and how these APIs are available to the public, or they are private, or they are partner keys. So first is private key. So these are the keys that are strictly related to an organization. It is not available for public, and these are just used in a single organization or a single company, and they are not exposed to the real world. Another is business, or we call it partner key. So these are the key APIs that are used between the business partners, or is, let's say if you collaborated your business with some other business and you want to expose or you want to use data from your company in that organization, then you need a key or you need a API. So that's where this partner API comes in. Now if you are from India, you know that recently Zomato, food delivery chain, has collaborated or has acquired Grofers, grocery online grocery store. So now you can order groceries from Zomato too. So how is that possible? This is possible through API key, and that API is a partner key because it is not exposed to the general public. It is just used by the two organizations. And last is public. So it is, as the name suggests, it is used by the public, and it is publicly exposed so that anyone from the public with certain set of rules and protocols can use it however they want. Now, to understand this concept of API in more clear way, let's say you have created your own application, and that application can be anything. It can be web application, it can be desktop application, it can be Android or iOS. Now let's say you want to integrate Google Maps with your application. Now, accessing the data from the Google Maps directly is not possible, because obviously Google won't allow you to access database directly. So what Google has exposed a public API for using the services of the Google Maps. So you can access those APIs and get the data, desired data, and use that data however you want. So this is the basic of API, and this is how API works. Now this is just one example. There can be many scenarios. If you, let's say you want to accept some kind of payments in your applications, then Stripe is one such company which provide APIs to their data, and you can use that data to get the payments. Similarly, if you want to use any other services, let's say you want to show the weather information in your application, then you can access the data for the weather, data for the weather from the various companies out there. And in this way you can use the services without actually creating your own infrastructure or developing your own infrastructure for the same. So these are the basics and advantages of the API. Now the last thing is how to use API. So let's say you have your application and you want to get some data from the database, from your Android application. So you have to authenticate your API. That is, you have to tell the database that it is me, it is a genuine source that is accessing the informations. So for that you need a API token. We will talk about API token in much detail in the further videos. So for now, let's just understand that API token are the way how you can authenticate your API, how you can tell the database that it is me, genuine source, who is accessing the information. So with that authentication token, you will make a request to an API with certain parameters and certain information that is needed by the database, and then that API will make a request to the database with those same parameters. Then that database will provide information to the API, and API will further give that information to the application. And once you have the data, you can do whatever you want with that data. So this is the basic working, and this is how API works, and this is how you should use the API. Now I hope I'm clear enough in this video. So this is, as I said earlier, this is just an introductory video. We are not going for any coding or making our own API in this video, but from the next video we will start a coding part also. Now there are also multiple ways through multiple languages and frameworks through which you can create your own web APIs. So as I work in Django, so I will be creating REST API through Django REST framework. You can obviously use any other language, but so that's all for this video. From the next part we will install and integrate Django REST framework to our Django project, and we will start creating our own web APIs from very scratch. So once again, thank you so much for watching this video, and please guys, do like, share and subscribe so that you cannot miss the further videos of the series. And by the way, this is the PDF that I have created. So if you want this PDF, just follow me, follow the Pydjango official Telegram group, and I'll provide this PDF there, so you can download it from the official Telegram group. So this is not any coding or any sort of thing that is related to Django REST framework. It is just a basic of the APIs and types of API and how API works, and real world example of the APIs. So if you have a theoretical exam or anything or interview, this PDF can be of great help. So make sure you follow me on the Telegram group and get this API, get this PDF from there. Thank you so much once again for watching the video.